Sometimes you lay down in bed and you visualize things, smell the arena and all sorts of stuff. And I would see myself, getting hot, score 10 straight points. But in a dream, like downloading that into your brain over and over and over. And they weren't just shots. It were shots that you saw in that game. They were specific shots. It was coming out of the corner, going to the pinch post, footwork in the post, coming off the screen. It was very specific. So when you download that into your system, when you go out in the court and you're just executing things that you've done thousands of times before, and you have that dream, then that becomes possible.
They took 3 different groups and they were going to have them shoot free throws. And these weren't professional players by any means. These were just regular weekend warriors. And in the 3 groups, the first group, they got tested on the first day, and then they practiced for 21 consecutive days, and then they took the retest 21 days later. Second group took the test on the first day, did not touch a basketball, but only visualized making free throws for the next 21 days, and then took the retest. And then the third group tested on the first day, didn't practice and didn't visualize, and then retested on the 21st day.
I gotta hear this.
I think most people would realize the group that didn't practice or visualize, there was no improvement. In fact, they had a slight decline in their ability.
Okay.
But the part that blew my mind was the group that visualized was only a couple of percentage points less than the group that actually practiced. So by actually sitting with your eyes closed and visualizing making free throws, it's almost as good as being able to practice. And that blows my mind. Now, I think we can also agree that the best thing to do is to do both, is to get in repetition, purposeful repetition, as well as visualize. I visualize before every single speaking engagement. Every engagement I do, I always arrive the day before, and I request to see the room the day before I'm going to speak. I want to get a feel for what it's going to look like. I visualized before I came in here with you today. I watched several of your other guests on YouTube who were in this studio. I knew what this room looked like before I set foot in here, which gave me a certain level of comfort that I wasn't going to walk into anything that I hadn't prepared myself for. And one of my favorite quotes that I learned from a mentor of mine is make preparation your separation, and that I want to be as prepared as possible for everything that I do.
Because it all goes back to preparation. If you're not preparing yourself before the meet, you're not going to get a time you deserve. So for me, I have to make sure I'm doing all the work leading up to a big meet so that I get behind the block and I don't have to think about anything else. I'm not worried about how I prepared. So I started visualizing at like 13, 14, just so everything around me was taken care of when I got to a meet, so I could be completely relaxed. So when I put my headphones on, all I'm thinking about is the music. I get to go up and just do what I practice to do. All of those countless hours of staring at the black line at the bottom of the pool, that was for this moment.
Each and every one of you has to make the commitment to personally prepare for everything you do. Everything you do. Do you know what the result is from that? You win, and you win consistently. You prepare like champions, and then you perform like champions. Don't make it any harder than that.